Indians love our mithai. So much so that even international chocolate brands look to tap the market by saying kuch meetha ho jaye. Well, while the chocolates are doing well, what's actually making a comeback in recent times is the great Indian mithai market. As per Frost & Sullivan, the Indian sweets market is poised to be nearly 85,000 crores and cross the milestone $10 billion mark by FY26. And this market was just a little over 59,000 crores in FY22 itself. While it's a big market, it's also very fragmented and largely unorganized. In fact, the organized part of the Indian sweet market is just 10% of the overall pie. The packaged sweet market in India, which was pegged at a little over 5,200 crores by the IMA Group, is expected to compound at a whopping 19% over the next 5 years, and it'll reach over 15,000 crores by 2028 itself. So to further analyze and learn about the resurgence and the gourmetization of India's sweets market, I went on a 360-degree dive to a modern mithai vendor from Bombay Sweet Shop, a home-based premium D2C mithai brand, Gurnal Ishq, and a fourth-generation 90-year-old Mumbai Mithai institution, Tiwari Brothers.
You know what the best part of Indian sweets has been, and in the last, even if I remember my childhood to now, it's always been part of all our celebrations, right? But in the last 10 years, you've seen the invasion of Western sweets like brownies, cupcakes, macaroons come in. But when it comes to festivals, we still want our original flavors of mithai. I feel as the consumers become much more aspirational, more traveled, they want to see more of Indian sweets in the limelight, similar to a Swiss chocolate and like other French desserts. And I feel that evolution of taste flavor has led us to get gourmet mithai now.
My mother-in-law used to make very nice besan barfi from home, and she used to send it to all our friends, relatives. And my husband is like, why doesn't she take this professionally? She's like, I don't know how to market the product. So I think that's where the idea clicked, and like, I'm the marketing professional, I have the right product, and I've always wanted to create my own brand, my own identity. So that's where we launched Gurnal Ishq. I think it was a perfect amalgamation of marketing and the right product.
It was all created by my father with ethics and principles, and that we are trying to follow that. Our motto is to sell all the products absolutely fresh. Like we prepare laddu throughout the day, not once or twice or thrice a day. We prepare our kaju katli, our peda throughout the day, as per the customer's requirement. That makes a lot of difference.
Now, it was the sudden outbreak of the pandemic that led to the rising consumer preference towards packaged branded variant over open and loose sweets. Hygiene was one of the big factors for that as well. But also the ease of doing business, a lot of delivery apps, etc., led to a lot of new home-based chefs starting their brands too. And that wasn't all. For age-old institutions, they had the influx of their new generation of the family and new technology bringing in new ideas that made them evolve too. It's the widespread trend of gifting sweets during several cultural and social gatherings, along with the introduction of numerous sweet options. You have exotic offerings, traditional mithais, organic, vegan, lactose-free, so many variants. That's primarily driving the Indian packaged sweets market. So what does it take to succeed in the Indian mithai market? I boiled it down to 3 things: product, customer loyalty, and consistency.
Now people do not want ghee-based mithai. They don't want high-calorie mithai.
So, and now there are newer ingredients also. Blueberry, I see.
Blueberry, yes. Blueberry
I see
is there.
Biscoff.
With cashew, yes. Biscoff is there, yes. So that is also being added with from time to time.
The idea was to make people taste the product as far as it's possible. Since we are an e-commerce brand, that was our biggest challenge. So we did a lot of exhibitions, we did a lot of online marketing, and gave a lot of tasters to our friends, family, and then as people tasted the product, that's when they realized that okay, this is the right fix. So that's our idea, was to make as many people taste our product and take it to the next level.
At Bombay Sweet Shop, we've always said that we reimagine Indian sweets. But there are some sweets that we keep to its original. To your question, the bundi laddu, we serve it as traditional as possible. So it will last only 2 days of shelf life. So it's made fresh every day, and till it sells out, it's done. We use 0 preservatives within any of our mithai. So with the bundi laddu, it stays there. But for example, we've taken a kaju katli and made it into a kaju bonbon. So you have 2 layers of katli, really good decadent chocolate ganache dusted with the chocolate on the outside. So that balance of flavor comes in. So for the newer consumer, that's there, but for the older traditional consumer, you always have the laddu.
The Indian Mithai market is an even spread between barfi, son papdi, the delicious rasgullas and gulab jamuns, pedas, laddus, and the others. Now, while new players are entering the space, even older brands are evolving, upgrading, and luring the new age customer. There's been a rise of home chefs and individual brands. What do industry leaders have to really say about them?
Since we started in year one, which was 2022 year, I've already seen like 15 to 20 new age mithai brands come in. I remember another brand, it's called Hathi and Giraffe. They took their mother's besan laddu recipe, and it's my favorite. So they make a besan burfi. It's like that small, and that's all they do. But it's so good. There will be an Indian sweet revolution, and all these home cooks are helping us with it.
Is competition a worry? Well, turns out not, because India's appetite for sweets is literally quite large.
I always love the traditional sweet, guys. That's where we got our inspiration from. I feel Almond House in Hyderabad is doing a phenomenal job in what they do. Fresh mithai that's sold out every day. Even the traditional players, like if you look at the Haldirams, like the empire they've built really quietly throughout India, it's not been easy. I also look at us competing with newer chocolate brands from India.
Mumbai is such a big market that even if many newcomer comes, it won't affect the existing ones.
The only challenge as one sees it is the scale and the lack of infra. Because mithai is a perishable product, it cannot be scaled or made in mass-produced batches or at the same time be transported from one place to other without the mithai getting spoiled. And that is a big challenge. Some have worked around this by 1. Making scalable products, 2. Keeping their small batch production processes intact, or 3. Being extremely happy and satisfied with the small volumes but large loyal customers as well.
Honestly, like I feel right now Indian Sweets is at that place where all of us need to grow the market together. Maybe the gourmet mithai person or the traditional sweets person. So I don't think we are fighting for each other's consumer. I've always said this, McDonald's came in India 10 years ago, doesn't stop me from eating a vada pav. I'm not going to go out and say it's an extremely scalable product. What we do is also fresh mithai. It has its own challenges, but we also have a beautiful retail component to our brand, which again is zero preservative.
Since we started from our own house, the mithais that we make, they're not mass produced, they're made in smaller batches. So even if we do grow in the future and we have bigger batches that we make, we still believe that we will cut them down into smaller batches and still make them 5 kg per batch of mithais, and that is what we will continue even doing in the future.
We are using pure desi ghee, even for our chaat and namkeens also. So obviously our volume may not be too big, but our clientele is too satisfied with our products and with our presentation.
How's Diwali 2023 looking? I couldn't help but ask.
Something changed in the last 5 days and now we are sold out. We don't have boxes today and we've been ordering them back and forth and it's been crazy. We've got up to 3,000 boxes already and we're a family business in the truest sense because everybody right now at home is involved in this and it's been crazy but it's been great.
For me this Diwali, the proudest moment is 2 of our top selling products are the Bombay Bale Chikki and the Indie Bar, which for us signify our brand, right? They are the modern takes on what Indian sweets can be. We are expecting from last to this year, we do a 2x of what we did last year. What has changed is become much more offline now. You see people walking into our stores picking up 30 hampers.
And finally, it boils down to what is the recipe for success for any new entrant in the Indian mithai market?
Focus on flavor, add intrinsic value to that customers' lives, may it be through your customer service. Don't only focus on packaging. A lot of newer brands, 90% of the budget goes in creating the best box. But if flavor and intrinsic value is not there, people are not coming back. Even if you are a gourmet brand, the Indian consumer is extremely price driven.
Yes.
Don't price yourself out of the market just to call yourself a luxury mithai brand.